Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network this afternoon from Legion Field. It's another Longs Peak League battle as the visiting Mountain View Mountain Lions take on the Fort Morgan Mustangs. I'm John Beltran, and if this game is anything like we had last year, both games went down to the wire, and Mountain View won them both. Very close games, in fact, a year ago. As for this year, Mountain View playing even better baseball, 7-3 in league play, and 9-6 overall, while the Mustangs have slumped of late, 9-5 overall, 5-4 in league play. In fact, you look at the Longs Peak League standings right now, Severance, Mountain View, and Thompson Valley all tied for the lead with 7-3 records. Northridge in fourth place at 6-4, and Fort Morgan and Riverdale Ridge are tied for fifth at 5-4, but that can all change if the Mustangs can put together a run. Let's get to the starting lineup here for the Mountain View Mountain Lions, starting a little bit early today. Here from Legion Field, batting first is the second baseman, Jason Mraz. The second hitter is the pitcher, Logan Nicholson. The shortstop, Aaron Bauman hits third. The cleanup hitters, Dalton Bartholome. First baseman Nick Garcia hits fifth. Connor Patrick, the right fielder, hits sixth. The DH hits seventh. That is Jaden Bowser. Keenan Kaufman is today's center fielder. He hits eighth. And Jake Walker, the left fielder, bats ninth. The Mustangs defensively have Briggs Wheatley at first. The second baseman is Joseph Layton. Over at third is Jesse Campa. Braden Fajardo's at short. David Keller's the left fielder. In center is Levi McCoy. Colin Farley in right. Behind the plate is Antonio Velasquez, and on the mound, right-hander Frank Ortega, who began the season very good and had his worst outing of the season last week against Roosevelt. Got the no decision because the Mustangs were just clubbing the ball in a 17-8 victory in Johnstown. Ortega 5-0 with a 2.62 ERA, but he doubled that ERA because of that outing. And he had a bevy of walks in that game. Outside of that outing, he's been really good. So here we go to the opening hitter for Mountain View. Batting from the left side is Jacob Mraz. Mraz on the season for Mountain View is hitting .558. Man, he's tearing it up, and only a sophomore. Has driven in 14. That's third on the team out of the one hole. With an open stance, first pitch brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan, up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Check him out today. Equitable Savings and Loan. Ortega gets the sign and the 1-0 offering. And that is away. 2 balls and no strikes. Very warm today. This morning it was in the 40s, but now this afternoon, 74 degrees at first pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. And the right-hander delivers. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him, belt high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here to Mraz. Ortega gets the sign and the pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside corner with a heater. And the count is at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mraz is well off that plate, but he knows what he's doing with that .558 average. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and away. And Ortega comes back from a 2-0 count and strikes out Jason Mraz, who went fishing. There's 1 down. And that'll bring up Logan Nicholson, who's batting .362 from the right side. He's well off the plate with a close stance. Wind and pitch. And that's in the dirt, blocked by Velasquez. A ball and no strikes. The Mustangs and Mountain Lions will also play on Friday from Loveland. So 2 critical games for both teams this week. And Ortega delivers. Fastball is a strike. top of the zone, just below the letters, and the count is level at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here just underway. Mountain View wearing their purple jerseys and the white pants. The Mustangs in those striped uniforms and white pants. That breaking ball bounces in. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, the base is empty in the top of the first inning. Ortega looks in for the sign from Velasquez. 2 balls and 1 strike. Playing straight away against this right-handed hitter. The pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outer half of the knees. Count levels at 2-2 to Nicholson. Nicholson 1 year ago was 1 for 4 in both games. One here in Fort Morgan, the other in Loveland. And Ortega to the plate. Swung on and driven foul off to the right and then out of play. Not just a bank in Colorado, they're Bank of Colorado, a proud supporter of local sports and academics. That is Bank of Colorado. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Logan Nicholson, today's pitcher for Mountain View. Velasquez setting up on the outside corner, and the offering in the dirt with a curveball. Didn't go chasing there. 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Aaron Bauman. And Bauman, if I remember correctly, he did some damage against the Mustangs in 2021. And the 3-2 offering. Swung on and driven foul down the right field side. Count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brush and Resurrection Christian right now playing in Brush on 1010 KSIR. That's also on KSIR.com, all part of the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 3-2 to Nicholson. If anything, Nicholson is working the count. The one thing you want to do is eliminate the opposing team starter as quickly as possible, either with pitch count or with runs and hits. And the offering. Fastball is upstairs. It's a walk to Nicholson, a 1-out walk. Here comes Bauman. Well, Bauman last year was 0 for 4 here and 2 for 4 in Loveland. Yeah, the temperature will be virtually the same, maybe a little bit cooler on Friday in Loveland. Conditions finally baseball worthy as opposed to the windstorms we've had. The pitch swung on and grounded right side. Second baseman late into second for 1. Fajardo to first, and that's going to be safe. Oh, man, the ball was dropped by Wheatley. Looked like they might have had him a bang-bang play at first. It's a 4-6 fielder's choice. That could have been a 4-6-3 double play, but not secured. And there's 2 down. And 2 down here for the number 4 hitter, Dalton Bartholome. Batting .268 going in. So he was part of the festivities last year. Throw back to first. He went 1 for 5 combined in the 2 games. Just past the top of the hour here, 4:02 Mountain Time. This is Morgan County's B106. KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan. I'm John Beltran. Live from Fort Morgan, the pitch. And that is in the dirt. Again, blocked beautifully by Velasquez. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Frank just has to recover from the very shaky start, and playing on your home field certainly helps. That helps a ton. Short lead at first. And the pitch. Runner going. Swing and a miss. The throw to second is going to be close, but late. Up the second base side as the tag was applied by Layden. But it's a stolen base for Bauman. 1 ball and 1 strike and a runner in scoring position. Here for Mountain View. The stretch and the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. Ball 2, strike 1. 2 down, a man on, just underway the top of the first inning. Started about 6 minutes early here in Fort Morgan. Logan Nicholson reached via the walk, and Bauman is now at second after he grounded into a 4-6 fielder's choice. 2 balls and 1 strike. The stretch by Frank. Long pause and a pitch. That's a strike. Bell tie took something off it on the outer half. Count levels to 2-2 to Bartholomew. Yeah, right now the sun is basically not made an appearance, but that's almost better. That's what's keeping the temperature in the mid-70s. Ortega stretches, looks back. Frank to the plate. Swung on and fisted foul towards the first base dugout occupied by Mountain View. Count remains at 2-2 and if anything, this will be the 20th pitch of the inning. With full rest, 110 pitches allowed, so either way, it's been a successful first for Mountain View, whether they score or not, just based on the pitch count. 2-2. Velasquez having a brief conversation with his pitcher, Frank Ortega. Again, Velasquez setting up on the outer half. Relaying the sign, Ortega looks back. Chest level with a glove. And the offering. That is just outside. Woo! That barely missed. A little bit off the plate. 3-2. To Bartholomew. Again, Ortega looks back. To the plate. Swung on and check swing foul to the screen. That was just a check swing and a ball down in the zone. Stays at 3-2. A very good at bat here for Bartholomew. Frank trying to figure out what to throw this guy to get him out. Bauman off of second, a substantial lead. Sneaking it behind is the second baseman. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout there at Bartholomew and a 3-2 pitch. And Mountain View is done in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left in scoring position to the bottom of the first. Mountain View does not score, and Fort Morgan is coming to bat on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. Mountain View was held off the board, and here's the Mustang starting lineup. As batting first will be the first baseman, Briggs Wheatley. The shortstop, Braden Fajardo, hits second. The third hitter is the pitcher, Frank Ortega. The cleanup hitter's Jesse Campa. Batting fifth is the left fielder, David Keller. Antonio Velasquez behind the plate at sixth. Charlie Langford, the DH, hits seventh. Second baseman, Joseph Layton, hits eighth. And Colin Farley in right will be batting ninth. For Mountain View defensively, James Deal is the first baseman. Over at second is Jacob Mraz, Nick Garcia at third, Aaron Bauman in between him at short. In left, it's Jake Walker, Keenan Kaufman in center. Connor Patrick is the right fielder. Behind the plate, let's get the catcher here. Thought we had the catcher in place. Here for Mountain View should be, make sure that's Bartholomew behind the plate. And then on the mound is Nicholson. So Bartholomew is behind the plate. The pitch swung on and chopped to first on a short hop and blocked there and knocked down by the first baseman, Dio, and he steps on a bag. One pitch, one out. Well, Wheatley was destroying the baseball. Obviously going into that at bat. Hitting .486. Here is Fajardo hitting it even better at .553, and that pitch is a strike on the inside corner. No balls and one strike to Fajardo. We'll run the numbers here on Nicholson. That bounces off the catcher, Bartholomew. One ball and one strike. Nobody out, bottom of the first inning. Or one out, I should say, after the bounce out there by Briggs Wheatley. Nicholson at 4-0 and a 3.41 ERA, one of two senior starters. And Bowser being the other, 4-1 and a 2.94 earned run average. And we will certainly see him on Friday in Loveland. Here's the kick and the pitch. That is a fastball for a strike at the knees. One ball and two strikes, one out and the base is empty in the bottom of the first inning. No score. on a nice steamy afternoon here in Fort Morgan. The pitch, and the breaking ball bounces off the catcher, Bartholomew. Count levels at 2-2. Yeah, it's a very light atmosphere in terms of crowd, but until we see some action, we haven't seen a base hit yet in the game. That's normal. Your first base hit usually breaks the ice, or the first run. The pitch. Breaking ball is swung on and chopped slowly to third. Charging, fielding, throwing, late. It's a base hit as Nick Garcia did everything he could do, and Fajardo beats it out. That's how good a season Fajardo's having. Everything he puts in play seems to get him a base hit. Here's Frank Ortega. Ortega's got one of the 2 home runs hit by Fort Morgan this year, batting .350. He's driven in 13. That's second on the team. And Braden Fajardo, who leads the Longs Peak League in stolen bases at first. Throw back to first, back in standing. Fajardo can run with the best of them. 15 stolen bases. The stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and popped foul, out of play on a looked like a changeup up in the zone. No balls and 1 strike. So we still haven't had a ball hit out of the infield yet. But again, we're only in the first inning. Mountain View had a runner at second, did not score. No balls and 1 strike. Fajardo with a 2-step lead, conservative lead. Let's see if they test Bartholomew's arm. Runner goes. And that is taken low. Throw to second, up the second base side. The slide, he's in there. Another stolen base. Head first for Braden Fajardo. Got a good jump on that one. And now the count levels at 1-1. Yeah, somehow the column's a little bit distorted. Unless SBA stands for something else. Got stolen base and then stolen base attempts. Well, the attempts would be higher than the stolen bases. But they have it, looks like, inverted the way it was filled out. Nonetheless, that should be 16 now for Fajardo. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ortega looking to drive in the game's first run. The pitch, and that's down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here to Frank Ortega. Nicholson, the right-hander, gets the sign. The offering, swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. Count levels at 2-2 to Frank Ortega. On deck, another strong hitter in Jesse Campa, not having the year that he wants to, but the average was much lower earlier in the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a man at second. No score, bottom of the first inning. At the belt is Nicholson, the right-hander. Looks back, comes in, and that's upstairs with a fastball. Ball 3, strike 2. Methodical moving first inning so far. Deep counts, and that's why. Ortega had to pitch into some deep counts. The 3-2 pitch is on the way, and that is upstairs. It's a walk to Ortega. Bartholomew. Check that. Nicholson has thrown 12 pitches here in the early going. First and second for Jesse Campa, who homered a week ago today in the 17-8 victory against Roosevelt. Campa batting .283. He leads the team with 16 runs batted in. Big opportunity here in the first inning. Nicholson looks back again, looks back a second time, a third, and the pitch, and the breaking ball stays high. A ball and no strikes. Fort Morgan has had plenty of crooked innings, good innings offensively. If they get any pitching and defense, they've got a good shot. And you can say that for a lot of teams, but especially the Mustangs this year. And the 1-0 pitch. Swung on line, base hit into left field. Fajardo's going to step on third. They're going to send him to the plate. Fajardo's throw is going to go all the way through. He's in there. It's a base hit for Jesse Campa's 17th RBI. Fajardo scores. To second is Ortega. The Mustangs lead 1-0. Second hit of the inning for Fort Morgan. Pretty decent throw from Jake Walker, but Fajardo with a lot of speed. Here is David Keller, who's hitting .378. Keller has driven in 11 this year. Another right-handed hitter. The stretch. Nicholson looks back in the pitch. Curveball is foul. Took a half swing at that. Wasn't sure of the pitch. Fouled it off to the right of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. And if you're Fort Morgan, you need a lot more. 2 and 3 run leads have not been secure this season at all. Not even close. No balls and 1 strike. Nicholson at the belt. Nicholson steps off. No throw to second. Mountain View had a base runner in the first inning, but stranded there off the second strikeout by Ortega when he got Bartholomew to end the inning. The stretch. Keller awaits the 0, and here it is. Breaking ball is down and away, and the count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. All of a sudden, Nicholson is working up a pitch count. Both pitchers are going to be in excess of 20 pitches unless Nicholson gets a double play at some point. Keller awaits. Down and away again. Threw him the off speed. It's 2-1. That's the other thing, falling behind the hitters. You give the opposing team the advantage. Get your project started the right way with Western Engineering Consultants. That's Western Engineering Consultants. And the 2-1 pitch. That is over, but low. Just below the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. Antonio Velasquez, a big, strong hitter, is on deck. He could be up there with the bases loaded. It's got to be a fat one here for Keller. Ortega at second, Camp at first. 1-0 Fort Morgan. The pitch. Outside, it's another walk. Second of the inning issued by Nicholson, and the bases are loaded for Antonio Velasquez. This could be his moment here. Velasquez hitting .262. And Velasquez with 5 RBIs in the season. He can almost clean the bases right now. Got to be smart, though. He's just walked 2 of the last 3 hitters. Can't be over anxious here. And he is a double play candidate. Keep the ball off the ground. The stretch. The pitch. And that's a strike. Took something off it on the outside edge at the knees. No balls and 1 strike on pitch number 20 of the first inning from Logan Nicholson. Operating out of the stretch with the bases loaded. The Mustangs lead 1-0, bottom 1. To the plate. That's a breaking ball blocked by Bartholomew. Or some sort of off speed. Either going that or changeup. Could be a changeup as well. 1 ball and 1 strike. You get him out in front of the changeup. You see a lot of pop-ups, but has not been able to spot the changeup yet. Nicholson to the plate. Swung on and chopped up the middle. Could be 2. Second, flips to second for 1. On to first. That is a 4-6-3 double play. That was the danger. With Antonio Velasquez at the plate. Grounding into an inning-ending double play. And the Mustangs could have had a lot more, but they settle for 1 on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left. We head to the top of the second inning from Legion Field in Fort Morgan. And the score is Fort Morgan 1, Mountain View 0 on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The 4-6-3 double play, Mraz to Bauman to Deal, ended the bottom of the first inning. Mustangs got to be hurting there. They felt they could have been up 2 or 3-0 on Mountain View, but it's 1-0. As we head to the second, Nick Garcia, Connor Patrick, and Jaden Bowser against right-hander Frank Ortega, who labored through 22 pitches, but did not allow a run in the first inning. Velasquez was the last hitter, so he took some time to get back out there, which is why we have a slight delay going into the top of the second inning. But here we go. Nick Garcia, right-handed hitter, batting .340, only a sophomore. Second on the team with 16 runs batted in. Neither team hits a lot of homers. Mountain View has 4, Fort Morgan has 2. That is it. Garcia well off the plate. Got to watch him hitting to the right side. The pitch. Breaking ball down the middle for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Nick Garcia. Here's the kick and the pitch. Curveball is right there again. Outer half, it's 0-2. Ortega was on this type of roll last week against Roosevelt, then all of a sudden couldn't find the zone and was taken out prematurely. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and in. 3 pitches. Garcia goes down. 3rd strikeout for Frank Ortega. Here's Connor Patrick. Patrick hitting .400. Another right-handed hitter and a senior with an open stance. To the plate. Fastball is up and in. That's the same pitch the previous hitter Garcia swung at. 1 ball and no strikes. Ortega wants to make this a quick inning. And he kicks and fires. Fastball away. 2-0. And that's the thing we've seen lately. We haven't seen many clean innings, whether it's Fort Morgan baseball or brush baseball. Lots of base runners in every half inning. 2-0 pitch. That is right there for a strike on the outer half at the knees. Ball 2, strike 1. 1 down, the base is empty. Top of the 2nd inning in Fort Morgan. The Mustangs on an RBI single by Campa lead 1-0. The pitch. That is just off the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike to Connor Patrick. Ortega gets the sign. The pitch. Swing and a miss to the fastball right by him. A lot of swing and miss stuff today by Frank Ortega in the early going. 3-2 to Patrick. Playing him straight away. Frank gets the sign. Is he going to go something off speed here? We'll find out. 3-2 pitch. Oh, man, down and away with a fastball, missed by a mile. Another walk, 2nd one issued by Ortega. Here's Jaden Bowser. Bowser goes in hitting .300. Driven in 9 during his senior year. 2nd left-handed hitter in this lineup for Mountain View. Very short lead at first by Patrick. The stretch. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. This is kind of what happened. He was missing high against Roosevelt, and he couldn't bring the ball down in the zone. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, top 2, 1-0 Fort Morgan. They'll play on Friday in Loveland. Ortega to the plate. That's a strike, top of the zone on the outside corner with a fastball. And the count levels at 1-1. Yeah, Frank kind of all over the place right now. 3 strikeouts, but 2 walks. So he's effective. You get swing and miss stuff, but you don't want to be falling behind hitters. First pitch strike percentage a little bit low. Swung on and popped up down the left field side. Campa in foul territory giving chase, and that is out of his reach. Out of play. It's 1-2. With Keenan Kaufman waiting to hit next. The Mustang run on an RBI single from Jesse Campa. 1-2 here to the left-handed hitter for Mountain View, Jaden Bowser. Ortega with a pitch. Swung on and popped foul. Went with a breaking ball out of play. In 2 games last year, Bowser hit .400, 2 for 5 in total. And Patrick was taking off with that pitch. So we'll do it again, a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Mustangs at double play. Duff Mountain View just turned a huge double play to end the bottom of the 1st inning on that 4-6-3 with 1 down and the bases loaded, keeping the game at 1-0. Ortega at the belt. The pitch. Swung on and popped up foul down the left side. And again, it's another hitter in this Mountain View lineup that is wearing down Frank Ortega. He's approaching 40 pitches. Ideally, you want your starter to go at least 5 innings, at least. He doesn't have a quick inning at some point. It's not going to happen. We'll do it again. Stepping out is Bowser. At first base is Connor Patrick. He was issued a 1-out walk. Velasquez lays down the sign. Short lead at first again, and the offering swung on and foul. Went with a changeup off the end of the bat. Yeah, Frankie unleashing everything. A breaking ball, a changeup, a fastball. But somehow Bowser just getting a piece of the baseball. Remaining at 1-2. And again, thing with a changeup, you can get them to hit the ball off the bottom of the bat and pop it up. You don't see a ton of double plays on changeups. You got to hit it perfectly. Throw back to first, back in diving is Patrick. Fill up your cooler, Stubbs Gas and Oil, and gas up your card, Stubbs Gas and Oil. Easy and convenient. Make them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Stubbs Gas and Oil in Wiggins. Ortega steps off. Wants a relay of the signs once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on top of the second. The stretch. Pitch to Bowser. Swing and a miss. Runner goes to second. That throws up the shortstop side. The tag and late. It's a stolen base. Stolen base for Connor Patrick. 2 down. 4 strikeout for Frank Ortega. The hitter now is Keenan Kaufman, hitting .211. With an open stance is Kaufman. Looking back is Frank. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Diving down in the zone. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1 to Kaufman with a man at second and 2 down. And the offering. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him. Top of the zone. No balls and 2 strikes. Can he strike out the side in this inning? 1 pitch away from doing so. No balls, 2 strikes. Velasquez again puts down the sign, setting up on the outer half. And the pitch. Down and away. Runner goes to third. The throw, the slide, and that's going to be a stolen base. Tag applied, but late. Connor Patrick with another steal. He's at third. But he's still down on the count as Kaufman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Frank trying to get out of a mini jam here. And the pitch. That is a called strike 3. Fastball on the outside corner. He strikes out the side in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left at third. To the bottom of the second we go. It's Fort Morgan 1, Mountain View nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 7, 8, and 9 for the Mustangs as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Fort Morgan leads 1-0 over Mountain View. Charlie Langford steps in against Logan Nicholson. The pitch, squaring to bunt, and he pops it up, and it's caught on a dive by Nicholson. Not a good bunt at all by Langford, and he's out on 1 pitch, just like Wheatley was in the first inning. 1 down for Joseph Layden. Good idea, but you got to angle that bat and try to bunt it down the third base side. And that backfired, unfortunately, for Fort Morgan. The pitch. Swung on and lifted down the right field side. Long run to his left underneath it. And making the catch along the line is Connor Patrick. 2 down. Well, that was quick. Fort Morgan getting up there aggressively. Ortega might be back on the field pretty quickly. Here's Colin Farley. I have to believe Colin's going to take a pitch here. Batting 179. Yeah, you want to take a pitch. You just got into the dugout. With 2 down and the bases empty. The offering. Fastball is up and in. Nicholson threw 22 pitches in the first. And he's gotten the first 2 outs on 2 pitches. The pitch. Down the middle for a strike at the knees with a fastball. One ball and 1 strike. Swung on and foul down the right side. Count is at 1-2 to Colin Farley. The number 9 hitter in the Mustang lineup. 1-0 Fort Morgan on Jesse Campa's RBI single in the bottom of the first inning. And Nicholson to the plate in the dirt, blocked by Bartholomew. Count level at 2-2. Briggs Wheatley is on deck. The wind and the pitch. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. A long run. That's going to find the line. Inside the line, Farley's around first. He's headed for second. Farley rounds second. He'll stay right there with a 2-out double. He pulled that baseball, and Walker was way off the line. Well, the problem with Nicholson's pitch is that he threw it in. And when you throw that pitch in, and your left fielder is at least, 30 to 40 feet off the line, that's going to be a long run. That'll send up Briggs Wheatley. Wheatley bounced to first in the bottom of the first. The pitch. That's a fastball down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Wheatley looking for Fort Morgan's second run. Nicholson looks back in the offering. That's right there for a strike. Took something off it on the outer half at the knees, and the count levels at 1-1. Wheatley did not begin the year in the lineup. Still recovering from the hand injury suffered during the state championship football season. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the plate. Swung on and popped up into center field. An easy can of corn there as the catch is made by Keenan Kaufman. And the Mustangs are held off the board in the bottom half of inning number 2. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Let's head to the third in Fort Morgan. It's the Mustangs 1, Mountain View nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 1-0 Fort Morgan as we head to the third. 9-1-2 for Mountain View. It'll be Jake Walker, Jacob Mraz, and Logan Nicholson against right-hander Frank Ortega, who has struck out 5 in the first 2 innings. Hasn't had to rely on his defense. Only out was a 4-6 fielder's choice, and that was it. It's been all Frank Ortega for the Mustangs, as Walker, the number 9 hitter, bats from the right side. Walker hitting .207. Open stance. The pitch, squaring to bunt, and it's a fastball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Both teams looking for double digits in victories. And that rides inside. And don't want to do that now. Don't want to do that. Mountain View at 9-6. Mustangs 9-5. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off it. Surprised he went fishing for that on a 2-0 count. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball above the letters. He might have walked already. He swung at 2 pitches outside the zone. Ortega looking for his 6th strikeout. Might as well just challenge him right here. 2-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch tailing away. Ortega strikes out Jake Walker. 1 down, 6th strikeout of the game. Here's Jacob Mraz. He struck out swinging his first time up. Ortega getting on a roll here. He struck out the last 3 and 5 of the last 6. The offering. Breaking ball is inside. Inside to Jacob Mraz. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled to the screen. Challenged him down the middle. It's 1-1. You're going to throw a lot of pitches when you're generating strikeouts, too. That's why it'd be nice if the Mustangs can build up a run total. Lead 1-0 in the third. The offering. Swung on and popped up and fouled out of play off to the left. A ball and 2 strikes to Jacob Mraz. Velasquez lays down the sign. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Went with the off-speed again. Count remains at 1-2. 1 out and the bases empty in the visiting half of the third. It feels like it's actually getting warmer. Let's see if Mraz can put it in play. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fisted foul off to the left. Ortega's nearly halfway to 110. He's at 52. That's the only negative because you're not halfway through 7. You're not even halfway through 6. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ortega knows that as well. He's got to throw a lot of strikes. The pitch in the dirt with a changeup. Ball 2, strike 2. Strike to ball ratio is looking pretty good, almost not quite 2-1, 34 strikes, 19 balls. And Frank to the plate. Swung on and driven in the air to center field. McCoy to his right. Ranges under it, makes the grab, 2 down. Mraz is 0 for 2. Here's Nicholson, who walked and was stranded. Well, that snaps a string of 3 consecutive strikeouts by Frank Ortega. Pitch to Nicholson. Breaking ball is high. 1-0. 2 down and the bases empty in the third. Fort Morgan 1, Mountain View nothing. Swung on and fouled straight back. Went down the middle with a fastball. It's 1-1. Mountain View had a base runner in each of the first 2 innings. 1 ball and 1 strike to Logan Nicholson. Awaiting the pitch. He's got a very comfortable stance up there, the offering. Curveball is a beauty. Right down the middle at the knees. It froze Nicholson. It's 1-2. 2 strikeouts in the first, 3 in the second for Ortega. 1 in the third. The pitch. Over, but low. 2-2. Try to go in the outer half. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Logan Nicholson. Kicking the pitch. Swung on and lifted into left center field. That's going to be a long run for both Keller and McCoy. Keller makes the running catch. And the gap. David Keller with a speed. Closes that gap. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Frank Ortega. 2 1/2 innings are in the books. In Fort Morgan, the Mustangs lead the Mountain Lions of Mountain View 1-0 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs lead 1-0 as we hit the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Braden Fajardo, Frank Ortega, and Jesse Camp against right-hander Logan Nicholson. Mountain View is still looking for their first hit. The Mustangs have 3 in the game. But they've only got 1 run, even though they're making more contact than the Mountain Lions. Fajardo with an infield single scored the game's only run. He will now bat here against Nicholson. Wind and pitch. Fastball, a strike on the inner half at the knees. No balls and 1 strike to Fajardo. Man, hitting well over 550 now. The pitch. Curveball line center field coming on and making the catch knee high was Keenan Kaufman. A line drive hit by Fajardo, but it's one out. Well, that's the way baseball works. You hit a roller to third, you get a base hit. You hit a liner to center, it's an out. That's what Fajardo's done today. Frank Ortega walked and was stranded as he now bats against Nicholson. Kicking the pitch. Curveball right there for a strike. Knee high on the inner half. It's 0-1. Nicholson looks like he's starting to settle down. That 4-6-3 double play helped him. Breaking ball bounces away. Count evens at 1-1. It could be a 2 or 3-0 game. Bases loaded, one out, bottom one, and Velasquez grounded into a 4-6-3. And the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Frank Ortega. 1-0 Fort Morgan, bottom of the third inning with nobody on. The pitch. Swung on, chopped. Fair inside the third baseline, headed for the corner. Ortega's around first. He's racing towards second as Walker gets the ball in. It's another double for the Mustangs. The first came from Colin Farley, and this one by Frank Ortega. That'll give Jesse Camp another RBI opportunity. He drove in a run with a base hit to left his first time up. As the senior third baseman will step in. Now it was just a bouncer. Ortega kept the hands back. Umpire steps out of his stance as Nicholson will settle in on the rubber. Fort Morgan looking to at least double the lead. Stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and popped foul, not a play. Threw him, looked like a changeup up in the zone. No balls and 1 strike to Jesse Campa. Campa drove in Fajardo in the first. We're in the third. And Nicholson looks back twice. The offering. That one bounces away towards the screen. Ortega to third on the wild pitch. All you need now is a ground ball in the infield. The infield will play back. So all Jesse's got to do, now they're going to play in. They're going to come in here, so if Jesse can just loop one over the infield, that would score the second run. It's a pitcher's duel so far, so this makes sense. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 1-0 Fort Morgan, bottom 3. The pitch, and that is low and away. Smothered by Bartholome, 2-1. You do have Keller on deck with lots of speed. The pitch, that is just down and away. Good spot there by Bartholome, but missed it. Or checked out by Nicholson. It's 3-1. Tried to frame it there. Nicholson gets the sign. Let's see if they're going to pitch around Campa. 3-1. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and away. Tried to pull that pitch and should have gone the other way with that one. 3-2. Be huge for Nicholson to pick up a strikeout. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The offering, and that is low. Oh, man, took something off it, but below the knees, and Campa walks. David Keller walked his first time up. Now they're at double play depth. We'll see if Jesse takes off. Not a ton of foot speed. He injured his knee during the football season. And you have Keller, a really strong hitter, who could drive him in with a bat. Keller awaits the offering. Here it is. Swing and a miss late on that fastball. I think he was looking for another pitch. No balls and 1 strike to the junior left fielder, David Keller. Ortega doubled. He's now at third. Campa just walked. One out, bottom three. Nicholson at the belt. Nicholson to the plate. Swung on and grounded to short. That's going to score a run. The throw's going to be to second for one and late to first. On that slow roller, a 6-4 fielder's choice. And scoring is Ortega. The Mustangs lead 2-0. Nice job by Keller. That's all he needed to do. Not hit something too sharply. And Fort Morgan has doubled the lead as they get the trail runner. And that'll send up Antonio Velasquez. A 4-6-3 double play is what he grounded into to end the bottom of the first inning. Throw back to first, and nice scoop over there by James Deal. That thing could have been headed down the right field line. On that throw in the dirt by Nicholson. It's a short lead over there anyway by Keller. The pitch. Breaking ball is a little bit high. Boy, that barely missed. 1 ball and no strikes. RBI single by Campa. Fielder's choice by Keller. Swung on and fouled off to the right on a half swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. That wild pitch certainly helped Fort Morgan's cause as well. Keller might be taking off, but he's got only about a step and a half. Now 2 steps. He might be going on this one. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Nope. Swung on and fouled again. Lots of off speed, and Velasquez making contact. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Antonio Velasquez. Keller again with the same lead at first. The pitch. Swung on, popped up. In the infield, the second baseman, Mraz, to his left, makes the one-handed grab, and that does it for Fort Morgan in the third. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a base runner left. To the fourth we go. In Fort Morgan's, the Mustangs 2, and the Mountain View Mountain Lions nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We move to the 4th inning. It'll be the meat of the order for Mountain View, 2-0 Fort Morgan. Aaron Bauman, Dalton Bartholome, and Nick Garcia against right-hander Frank Ortega, who has struck out at least 1 batter in each of the first 3 innings. 6 strikeouts overall to go along with 2 walks is not a lot of base hit. Has got a lot of his good pitches working today, and that's what normally happens with a good pitcher off a terrible outing, which he had last Tuesday at Roosevelt. Bauman grounded into a 4-6 fielder's choice his first time up. Ortega looking for a quick 1-2-3. The pitch in the dirt. And he needs it because he's up to 60 pitches. Yeah, he's testing the waters. And it's going to be treading water if he doesn't get through a quick inning. 1-0. Extremely high off the glove of Velasquez to the backstop. Let's see. First pitch strike percentage for Ortega. We'll check that out. The pitch. Swung on and lifted into left center field. McCoy is way back to the fence. It's gone. It's a home run for Aaron Bauman on a 2-0 pitch. And Mountain View is on the board. And that breaks up the no-hitter and the shutout. It's 2-1 Fort Morgan in the 4th inning. And again, first pitch strike percentage not good. Despite the shutout going into this inning for Ortega. Yeah, 25% of his pitches have been strikes. That's not going to cut it. And eventually that's going to come home to roost like it did there. Dalton Bartholome struck out his first time up. There's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a foul off the catcher. Challenged him with that one. It's 0-1. Yeah, I think he might have gone with a changeup, but it was up in the zone, and Bauman got all of it. Simply unplayable, and it's not a big field here. 344 straight away. And it was hit into left center, which is even a little bit more shallow. This and brush is even easier to hit a home run in. Very shallow fields. No balls and 1 strike. Kicking the pitch. Fastball, strike. Outer half at the knees to Bartholomew. It's 0-2. Got to shake this thing off now. Shake it off and keep this at 2-1. Ortega gets the sign and the pitch. Swung on line, base hit into right center field on an 0-2 pitch. Made that way too hittable. So that's 2 hits to begin the 4th inning. And Frank just missed a spot there. Over the heart of the plate. I don't think he wanted it there. There's no way. Yeah, can't make it that hittable. That'll send up Nick Garcia, who struck out swinging his first time up. And this is what happens a lot. Second time around the order, now you have adjusted to the pitcher. Sun attempting to peek through the clouds. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball in the inner half. It's 0-1. A double play would be very nice right now for the Mustangs. No balls, 1 strike, 2-1. Fort Morgan in the 4th inning. Throw back to first. Up the first base side, back in diving is Bartholomew. Aaron Bauman with a home run on a 2-0 pitch has put Mountain View on the board. And the pitch. Fastball is up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. From refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between, they have exactly what you need and service it too. That's B&B Appliance and Repair. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Swing and a miss, up and in. Counted 1-2 here to Nick Garcia. Ortega again has 6 strikeouts in the game. Bartholomew with a 2.5-step lead. Ortega. Chest level with a glove to pitch. Swung on and popped up foul and out of play. Remains at 1-2. Here to the number 5 hitter, Nick Garcia. Yeah, Mountain View feeling a lot better about things now after getting the home run from Bauman. And down 2-1. Premier Farm Credit with locations in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, Holyoke as well. That's Fort Morgan, Sterling, Yuma, and Holyoke. Any order you wanted, Premier Farm Credit. They do outstanding work. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Runner going. It's high. The throw to second on a hop, and it's going to be late on 2 hops, in fact. And it's a stolen base for Bartholomew. That's 4 stolen bases in a game for Mountain View. And it is 2-2. Velasquez setting up on the corner. The pitch. Upstairs. Should say 3-2 on the board. I've got 3-2. We'll see. We'll check with the umpire. I thought, though, yeah, it's 3-2, not 2-2. Connor Patrick is on deck. Ortega stretches. Ortega looks back, and the pitch. Swung on and popped up on the left side of the infield. Who's going to call for it? Ortega makes the catch in foul territory along the third base side, 1 down. It's a big out for Frank. That'll bring up Connor Patrick, who walked his first time up. Again, the tying run is at second in a 2-1 Fort Morgan game in the 4th. Looking back again is Ortega and the pitch. Breaking ball stays high. 1 ball and no strikes. I was at a very rainy baseball game 28 years ago today in Miami. About a 2-hour rain delay. Marlins and Braves ended like at 1:30 in the morning with my friend Marty. Had a great time. Braves ended up winning 9-6, and that fastball is high. That was April 26th of 94. Oh, we had so much fun that night. Wow. Marlins were ahead. The Braves went up. The Braves stayed up. And that was the year of the strike. No more baseball after August 10th. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Upstairs. It was 2-0. Now it's 3-0. I made up a strike in there somewhere. 3-0 to Connor Patrick. A bases open just past the top of the hour. This is Morgan County's B106 KPRB Brush Fort Morgan. The pitch right there for a strike. On the inner half, thigh high, it's 3-1. To Connor Patrick. Runner at second, Bartholome. Big lead. The pitch. Outside, it's a walk. First and second. Jaden Bowser struck out his first time up. The other lefty in the lineup besides Mraz. Yeah, this could be trouble now for the Mustangs. He's got a big, strong presence at the plate. Real strong presence. Looks like he could hit it about a mile. Ortega comes home, up and away. Now Frank's losing the plate. 78 pitches in. 1 ball and no strikes. Really need a double play now or a quick out. The stretch with runners at first and second. The pitch, down and away. I mean, his first strike percentage is awful. Frank Ortega in this game has thrown a first pitch strike to just 31% of hitters. And yet he's in the lead 2-1, but it's a 2-0 count. And the pitch. That's not even close. Up and away again. That is 7 consecutive balls thrown by Ortega. 1 pitch away from loading the bases with Keenan Kaufman on deck. And the 3-0. Here it is. Strike. Well, I did that last time. Actually, so now that 7 of the last 8 have been outside the zone. 3-1 to Keenan Kaufman. Or check that to Bowser with Kaufman on deck. Bowser awaits. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. 3-2. I mean, Frank's a gamer. Huge pitch coming up here for the right-hander. If he can throw that same pitch, he really pulled the string on that. 3-2. Swing and a miss out in front of that one, and Bowser strikes out ahead in the count 3-0, and Ortega comes back and registers his 7th strikeout. 2 down in the 4th. Kaufman struck out looking his first time up. Man, what a pitch. Out in front was Bowser. Really pulled the string nicely. The pitch. Down and away with a curveball. But again, it's a first pitch ball for Frank Ortega. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count is level at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 down, 1 across in the 4th. Fort Morgan leads 2-1. Ortega looks back to the plate. Swung on and popped up into right field. Farley to his left, nearly stumbled, now comes in. Farley gets under it, makes the two-handed grab. Mountain View done in the 4th inning. 3.5 complete. The Lions get a run on 2 hits, no errors and 2 left. Fort Morgan 2, Mountain View 1 on B106 in the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 7, 8, and 9 for Fort Morgan in the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead Mountain View 2-1. Jesse Campa with an RBI single. David Keller with a fielder's choice. Aaron Bauman homered to lead off the fourth for Mountain View. Langford popped out to Nicholson on the first pitch of the bottom of the second, attempting a bunt. So he is 0 for 1. Playing in at the corners, anticipating another bunt. The pitch. Strike with a changeup on the inner half. Nicholson only 51 pitches deep. He's got a lot more left in that right arm. And the offering. Swung on, lined, and a base hit underneath the glove of the shortstop. Bauman lunging to his right. The Mustangs now have 5 hits in the game. Langford at 1 for 2. That'll bring up Joseph Layden. He could be bunting here. Now you might see a bunt. Layden popped to right. His first time up. Let's see if he's going to bunt. The stretch and a pitch. And that bounces in. Nice block by Bartholomew. 1 ball and no strikes. Colin Farley waits to hit next. Man, if the bottom of the lineup can produce here, could be a nice inning for the Mustangs. Short lead at first, 2 steps for Langford. Runner goes. Swung on line. Base hit into left field by Layden. And Langford has to hold up at second. Boy, he took that pitch down and in and laced it into left. And here is Colin Farley, who doubled his first time up. Oh, the Mustangs with a significant threat. Farley's doubled down the left field line, but Jake Walker's now playing closer to the line than he was the first time. Nicholson looks in. At the belt. The pitch, squaring to bunt, and he lays it up the first base side and fielded by the first baseman. He's got no play. He's got no play as he went to the ground. It popped up a little bit and then just died on the grass. And Colin Farley has loaded the bases. He's 2 for 2. Oh, man. The second baseman, Raz, went to cover, but he was on his backside was the first baseman. Dio, and the bases are loaded. Well, this is it for the Mustangs. Briggs Wheatley has grounded out to first and popped to center. He's 0 for 2. In a huge situation. Nobody out, 2-1, Fort Morgan bottom 4. The pitch swung on and lifted in the infield on the right side into foul territory along the first base side, and the catch is made by the catcher Bartholomew as the ball was caught up in the wind, and there's 1 down. Oh, man, that's a huge out. Briggs thought he had a pitch he could hit. Fajardo has singled, scored, and lined out. They can't blow this opportunity here. They're playing in at the corners. The bases are loaded on 3 hits, but now there's 1 down. Nicholson stretches, pitch to Fajardo. Curveball is driven deep into left field. Walker to his right will make the catch. Tagging up at third is Langford. And now going to second, sliding in from second to third is Layden. He's in there. It's a sac fly for Fajardo. And it's now 3-1 Fort Morgan. So Fajardo has a hit, a run scored, and an RBI. And Layden made that play close at third. But the Mustangs were able to get the run. Farley held up at first. Here is Frank Ortega, who has walked and doubled. And he's also scored a run. He could help his own cause. So they've gotten the run back, but keep in mind there were bases loaded and no out. Now first and third with 2 down. Nicholson stretches. The pitch. And the breaking ball is low. A ball and no strikes. If Frank can square this up, he could extend the lead. Late in the third. Farley at first. Nicholson to the plate. Swung on and tapped foul along the third base side. Went with the off speed, and it's 1-1. Yeah, huge opportunity now for Frank Ortega. Can get a little bit bigger than this because they do have a 2-run lead, but how nice would this be? Ortega waving the bat from the right side. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, lined into the left center field gap. That's going to drop. Scoring easily is Layden. Around second is Farley. Farley's going to step on third. He's getting the green light. Farley to the plate. Farley will score. It's another double for Frank Ortega. A 2-run double, and the Mustangs in the fourth inning lead 5-1. What a beautiful job of just drilling that baseball into the gap for Frank Ortega. And that'll send up Jesse Campos, singled and walked. Anytime you score with 2 outs, that's just huge. They doubled the advantage just off of that swing. Campa drove in the game's first run. He also walked. The pitch. Breaking ball is down and away. These two teams will hook up on Friday in Loveland. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, nothing the Mountain View outfield could do there. That thing was hit on a line. The pitch. Curveball, a strike. On the inner half, knee high, and the count levels at 1-1. To Jesse Campa. Looking in, Bartholome lays down the sign for Nicholson. Looking back, the pitch. Curveball line, that's a base hit along the left field line. Ortega is going to round third. Frank Ortega is going to score. The throw's going to be cut off. An RBI single for Jesse Campa. He's driven in 2 in the game, and the Mustangs have 4 across in the inning and lead 6-1 over Mountain View. And let's see if we have a pitching change here. As Jesse Campa's come through for Fort Morgan, and that's indeed what we are going to have. In the bottom of the 4th inning, we will have a pitching change in Fort Morgan. The Mustangs have gotten to the starter, Logan Nicholson. As we'll take a break, we'll tell you about the new pitcher here in 1 minute. The score in the bottom of the 4th inning, Fort Morgan 6, Mountain View 1. You're listening to Mustang Baseball on B106, B106.com and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. James Deal, the first baseman, now the new pitcher for Mountain View. Logan Nicholson goes from the mound to first. 6-1, 2 down. The Mustangs lead in the bottom of the 4th inning as Nicholson about to complete his warm-ups. Here for Mountain View. Let's see what we have here on Nicholson. Well, actually on the pitcher Deal. He has thrown, well, this is his 9th appearance. 5.48 ERA. The pitch, low. 1 ball and no strikes to David Keller, who's walked and grounded into a fielder's choice, scoring a run. The stretch and the offering. That is low again. 2 balls and no strikes. Fort Morgan has scored 3 of their 4 runs in the inning with 2 outs. 2-run double by Ortega, RBI single by Campa. The pitch, right there for a strike with a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Velasquez will hit next. At the belt, the pitch, swing and a miss through a fastball by him at the letters. 2-2 to David Keller. And Jesse not going to take off anytime soon. The pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with a pitch down in the zone. And that does it for the Mustangs, but they score 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a man left. 4 complete in Fort Morgan. Fort Morgan 6, Mountain View 1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs lead Mountain View 6-1 going into the 5th inning. Frank Ortega, though, is 86 pitches deep and will now face the 9-1 and 2 hitters. Well, let's see. I think Jake Walker is going to get a pinch hitter. Gabe Shelley will now hit in the 9 hole. So Shelley will now hit here for Mountain View out of the 9 hole. And the right-hander Ortega to the plate. Swung on and grounded up for a base hit into left field beyond the diving Kempa. And that's the way the 5th inning starts for Mountain View. Trying to get back into this game, and here is Jacob Mraz, who has struck out and popped out. He's 0 for 2. But Frank Ortega's done a heck of a job at the plate with the 3 RBIs, and he's battled on the mound. As Ortega in this game has struck out 7. The stretch by Ortega. Pitch to Mraz. It's outside, took something off it. Trying to get through the 5th inning here and not get over the pitch count. 1 ball and no strikes. Short lead at first for Shelley. Frank Ortega to the plate. Breaking ball. Must have been high. Wow. 2-0. Oh, this could get interesting. In Mountain View, gets some runners on base and gets the heart of the order up there. We know they've got some bats. We know what they're capable of. That's why they have 9 wins this year. 2-0 pitch. That's way outside. 3-0. Yeah, it doesn't take much to get back in. Yeah, Coach Langford would love to have Ortega go 5 and then go to Kempa more than likely. 3-0. High. It's a 4-pitch walk. That has been a problem at times for Frank Ortega. That is the 4th walk issued. Nicholson has walked and popped to left. 0 for 1, and he's got first and second, nobody out in the 5th inning. Fort Morgan does have a 5-run lead, but it's a little bit of a tenuous one right now. Ortega to the plate. Fastball, a strike, belt high. It's 0-1. Pitch number 92 for Ortega. Advanced Agri Solutions, another outstanding sponsor of Morgan County Athletics. Advanced Agri Solutions. Looking back in the pitch. Curveball stays high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, man, Frank needing to throw a pitch to keep things fairly comfortable here. For Fort Morgan, up 6-1 in inning number 5 on the visiting side. 1 ball, 1 strike, the offering. Swung on, check swing, foul to the screen. Your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas, High Plains Bank. Check them out. highplainsbank.com. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nicholson. Ortega looking back at second. The pitch. Swung on and grounded to second. Layden has got it. Flips to second for 1. That's it. They get the fielder's choice with a trail runner. 1 down for Aaron Bauman, who homered his last time up. And you've got runners at the corners. Bauman, prior to that, grounded to second. Now got to be real careful with this guy. 1 swing and they're back into the game. Ortega's thrown 4 in the 3rd innings. Up to 95 pitches is this right-hander. Short lead, both sides at third and first. The offering, and that is a strike at the knees. No balls and one strike. Went with a heater there. Did Ortega against Bauman. 6-1 Mustangs. They scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. A big 2-run double by Ortega was the middle of that rally. The pitch. Swung on, line towards right field. Farley's coming on. He's going to have to play it on a hop. It's a base hit. And that's going to score. Gabe Shelley from third. Advancing to second is Nicholson. And it's now 6-2 Fort Morgan. That's 2 RBIs for Bauman, both for Mountain View. I don't know if he struck it really hard, but placed it in a perfect spot. Bartholome has singled and struck out. Looking for a ground ball to an infielder. The pitch. Swung on and lifted towards right field. Farley's coming on, still coming. Makes the one-handed grab. Throw back to first. And back in is Bauman. Barely back in, 2 down. Nice play by Farley, ranging in on that sinking line drive. Nick Garcia has struck out and popped to the pitcher. So he is due at 0 for 2. Runners take their leads. And the offering. That's a strike. Down the middle with a fastball, it's 0-1. To Nick Garcia. Mountain View had promise in this inning, but Ortega's coming back to retire. A couple of hitters. The pitch. Swung on and fisted on the ground to second. Layden has got it. Flips to first, and he retires Nick Garcia. Mountain View scores a run on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 on the base paths were left. To the bottom of the 5th, 4 1/2 innings are in the books. It's Fort Morgan 6, Mountain View 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mountain View got a run back at the top of the 5th inning, but Fort Morgan still holds a 4-run advantage, 6-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And James Deal, who came on for Logan Nicholson 1 inning ago, will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Fort Morgan: Antonio Velasquez, Charlie Langford, and Joseph Layden. Velasquez is grounded out, a 4-6-3 double play, and then also popped to second. Deal delivers. Swung on and lifted foul down the right side and out of play, giving chase as Patrick runs out of room. And Deal works out of the stretch with the bases empty. That's what he's comfortable with. Lots of pitchers do that nowadays. It minimizes the amount of activity they have towards the plate. Minimal energy. That's smart. 0-1. The offering. Swung on and popped foul off to the right. Challenged him again. It's 0-2. Now, Ortega could conceivably come out for the 6th inning because he's at 100 pitches. You can get to 110. The offering. Swung on and lifted down the left field side. Long run for Walker to his right. It's going to drop for a base hit. It was fisted out there by Velasquez. And the Mustangs have their 10th hit of the game. Good pitch by Deal, but Velasquez strong enough to get it out into left field. There will be a courtesy runner, and that appears to be Luke Wolf. That will be running at first. So he's aboard, a freshman. And Langford has bunted out and singled, and he scored a run. Langford scored the first run of that 4-run 4th. On the ground out by Fajardo. And the pitch. And that bounces in. Nice block by Bartholome. 1 ball and no strikes. Fort Morgan has scored a run in the first, 1 in the third, and 4 in the fourth. Mountain View with a run in the 4th on an Aaron Bauman home run, the only homer of the game, and 1 in the 5th. Throw back to first, back in diving is Wolf. Yeah, this way you might be able to preserve the relief pitcher for an inning and 2/3 instead of 2 full innings. We'll see what Coach Langford decides. Now we'll have a conversation with The catcher Bartholomew and the pitcher Deal. With 1 ball and no strikes. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team at State Farm Insurance are there to make the insurance world easy for you. 842-4555, Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. 1 ball, no strikes. 6-2, Fort Morgan, bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out, with nobody out and 1 on. Deals low. 2-0, and watch out. Remember, Langford, Layden, and Farley all had base hits to start the rally in the 4th. After Wheatley popped up, Fajardo grounded in a run, then a 2-run double by Ortega, RBI single by Campa, swung on and fouled to the backstop. On a pitch down in the zone, it's 2-1. Fort Morgan looking like the Fort Morgan team we expected most of the season. They were 6-0, and they've dropped 5 of their last 8. And most of those have been league games. Their first loss was to Sterling in the La Junta tournament. They finished in 2nd place. They were 1 hit by Dylan Diorio. 2-1. Swing and a miss and a fastball on the outer edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mountain View pitchers have only struck out 1 Mustang. That was it. Nicholson had no strikeouts. Deal has 1 looking for 2. The offering swung on and fouled. Yeah, David Keller was the only Mustang to strike out. Meanwhile, Mountain View's come around because they had 5 players strike out in the first 2 innings. And since then, Ortega, I believe, has only totaled a couple of strikeouts. Yeah, he's got 7 in the game. 2-2 to Charlie Langford. 6-2, Fort Morgan, bottom of the 5th inning. Deal to the plate. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. Ball is dropped, but first base is occupied. 1 down. 1 down for Joseph Layden. Layden popped to right and singled, and he also scored on the 2-run double by Ortega. Okay, bottom of the lineup. The third baseman, Garcia, is playing maybe a step into the bag. Is he going to swing away or maybe try to bunt his way on? Coach Langford has different ways of attacking things, and that fastball is upstairs, but these players are swinging away. And I think they're doing so because this part of the lineup is produced by swinging away in this game. You play things depending upon the way the game is flowing. And Fort Morgan does have 10 hits in the game. Mountain View with 4. The pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outer half. Belt high, it's 1-1. From Joseph Deal to Joseph Layden. From James Deal, I should say, to Joseph Layden. JD to JL. That's a 1-step lead for Wolf. Pitches up and away. Throw back to first. Wolf back in diving. 2 balls and 1 strike. And there's a soccer game going on as well. Across the way at the football portion of Legion Field where the soccer team and there's a girls soccer team and, of course, the football team plays. Throw, the pitch, swing and a miss. Runner goes to second to throw the slide and safe. Wolf had a great jump. A stolen base for Luke Wolf. And now it's 2-2 to Layden. That's a good thing he didn't make contact there. He still has a strike to play with. And that was a tremendous jump by Wolf. He read it perfectly. And Deal was thinking of going over to first base, but had committed to the plate. Had he done so, it would have been a balk. 2-2 to Joseph Layden. Mustangs have been up by as many as 5. It's now a 4-run lead. Laying down the sign is Bartholomew. And the pitch. Swung on, line into left field for a base hit. Wolf is going to round third. Wolf to the plate. The throw is going to go all the way through. He scores into second on the throw to home is Joseph Layden with an RBI single. And the Mustangs lead 7-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Fort Morgan has come to hit today. And that throw by Walker really should have been to second. I don't think there was a play at the plate. Ball kind of died out in the grass. And now another Mustang in scoring position for Farley, who is 2 for 2. A double and a bunt single. He scored on the 2-run double by Ortega. The pitch. Fastball rides outside. Well, this could be one of the better games that Fort Morgan's played all year. I mean, because they've won some high-scoring games, but this one, 7-2, I should say. Maybe 8 if Farley can deliver. The pitch rides outside. 2 balls and no strikes with Wheatley waiting to hit next. Yeah, the bottom of the lineup has really produced for Fort Morgan. 2 hits for Layden. Farley's got 2. Langford with 1. The 2-0. The offering. Swung on and driven foul down the right side and out of play. And Colin needed a game like this. 179 was his average going in. And he has come through in a big way for Fort Morgan. Again, first pitch on Friday from Loveland is at 4 o'clock. And right now, the Mustangs with a 5-run lead, 6 outs away, with a runner at second and 1 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. James Deal looks in for the sign. And the pitch. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good-looking fastball by the left-hander. It'll be lefty against lefty once Wheatley gets up there. Well, now the sun is out in full force for the first time in the game, and we're an hour and 40 minutes in. The offering swung on and driven down the right side. If it's fair, it's trouble, but it's foul. A foul ball hit by Farley. Remains at 2-2. Yeah, the Mustangs putting together quality at bats. Anytime the starter, and Nicholson's been good this year, does not pick up a strikeout, you know that Fort Morgan has had a very strong approach at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The offering. Swing and a miss and a fastball down in the zone. Farley strikes out. 3rd strikeout for Deal. Here is Briggs Wheatley. 0 for 3. Grounded to first. Popped to center. And a pop out to the catcher in foul territory. Again, lefty versus lefty. The offering. Swung on and fisted on the ground to first base, and it stays fair. No, it trickles foul. Just foul. Wheatley gets a break there. Trickled foul at the last second. Mountain View fans thought it was fair. But it's 0-1. Good pitch by Deal. I mean, that was fair about 80% of the way down the line. And then just got barely outside the line. No balls and 1 strike to Briggs Wheatley. The Mustangs have a run across on Joseph Layden's RBI single in the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch. Swung on and fouled. Had a pitch up in the zone to hit, and it's 0-2. Oh, that was a fat one, according to Wheatley, with that swing, but got underneath it. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 down, a man at second. 7-2 Fort Morgan, bottom of the 5th inning. Wheatley down in the count. Deal to the plate. Swung on and fisted foul to the screen. And they not throwing Wheatley a strike that he really liked, but they're all strikes. Fighting everything off now. Remains at 0-2, but you throw this guy a mistake, and watch out, especially when he's 0 for 3, which is a rarity for him. At the belt, to the plate. Swung on and foul. That was up in the zone again. Wheatley got underneath it. Fouled it straight back. He's getting closer and closer as it stays at 0-2. Layden at second. Wheatley digs into the box on the left side. The pitch. Swung on and popped foul and out of play. That was at the letters, and Wheatley kept that back elbow up. 5 pitches, 5 foul balls. Yeah, he's throwing him everything around the strike zone, but not down the middle. 0-2 to Wheatley. The offering. Swing and a miss on a bender. Oh, a tremendous pitch, and Deal strikes out the side, and the Mustangs score a run on a Joseph Layton RBI single as we head to the 6th inning. It's Fort Morgan 7, Mountain View 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Colin Farley is the new pitcher for the Mustangs. Jesse Campa goes from third to first. Frank Ortega to third. And Briggs Wheatley is now in right field. Fort Morgan leads Mountain View in the top of the 6th inning, 7-2. Let's run the numbers on Colin Farley. 2-2 with a 3.68 ERA. Was really good at the beginning of the season. Now is not in a save situation, but looking for two pretty flawless innings. 8th appearance. Has thrown 26 2/3 innings, 27 strikeouts, and 12 walks. Not too bad for Farley. Connor Patrick has walked twice. 6, 7, and 8 for Mountain View in this top half of the 6th. Wind and pitch. Swung on and foul. Check that. That's Bodie Wheatley. I had that wrong. I don't know how I misread that. That's a freshman in Bodie Wheatley out there. So Wheatley now the pitcher of record. And Farley's out of the game. All right, now we have it. And Bodie Wheatley with the 0-1. Swung on and driven in the air into right center field. Long run for McCoy into the gap. Reaches out. He dives. And did he make the catch? He did! McCoy in the gap. What a catch. And there's one down. Man, he robbed Patrick of a double, maybe a triple. That is an awesome play in the gap, and there's one down. Oh, man, what a play. Defense will win games like that with a 7-2 lead. Well, now let's run the numbers on Wheatley, by the way. No record of 3.11 ERA his 5th appearance. There's Jaden Bowser, struck out twice. And the breaking ball is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Wheatley got, well, he should have a victory. The pitch, and that's low. Hold on, let's see here. Yeah, they can't give Frank Ortega that victory at Roosevelt. That's not right. That's Wheatley's win. Ortega didn't go long enough to pitch. Swing and a miss, took something off it. It's 2-1. They're going to have to recalibrate that. Ortega did not get that victory. He was ineffective. Bodie Wheatley went 5 innings. That's not a save. That's a win for Wheatley in that game. The offering. And the breaking ball's up and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Bodie Wheatley should be 1-0. Not 0-0. And I don't know how you get Frank the win there. As poorly as he pitched. Swung on and driven in the air into left center field. That's going to be a long run, and McCoy will not get to that baseball. Rolls all the way to the fence. It'll be a 1-out double for Jaden Bowser. And Mountain View has their 5th hit of the game. That'll bring up Keenan Kaufman, who has struck out and popped out. Looks like we have a courtesy runner at second. That might be Michael McKay. Wheatley, the freshman, to the plate. Swing and a miss. Kaufman, the number 8 hitter, at 0 for 2. Fort Morgan 7, Mountain View 2. We're in the top of the 6th inning in Fort Morgan. Mustangs looking for victory. Number 10, the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Let's see, you have Campa and Farley available for Friday's game. No balls and 2 strikes to Keenan Kaufman. Gabe Shelley, who scored a run on a base hit, is next. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and Kaufman strikes out on 3 pitches. That's 8 strikeouts by Fort Morgan pitchers. 2 down. Again, Shelley singled and scored when he came into the game 1 inning ago. And he now bats in the 9 hole. Bodie Wheatley to the plate. Curveball, a strike on the inner half, looking like a very mature pitcher out there. You can tell he's been working on his stuff and on his pacing too. No balls and 1 strike. The stretch. And the pitch. Little bit low and away. Count is level at 1-1. Here to Gabe Shelley. 2 down, 1 on, 6th inning. Fort Morgan leads Mountain View 7-2. The pitch. Swung on, driven foul down the left side. All speed was up in the zone. Count goes to 1-2. The line score so far, 7 runs on 11 hits for Fort Morgan, 2 runs, 5 hits for Mountain View. Neither team has committed an error, and both teams have stranded 6. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gabe Shelley. Velasquez lays down the sign. The offering, swung on line, caught by the shortstop Fajardo on a topspin line driver. And that's it for Mountain View. They get a double, and that's it as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning in Fort Morgan. It's the Mustangs 7 and Mountain View 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs lead 7-2 over the Mountain View Mountain Lions as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. James Deal's done a nice job since coming on for Mountain View, but it was that big 4-run 4th inning for Fort Morgan that broke this game open. And now they send up 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Fajardo, Ortega, and Campa. Here against the left-hander Deal, who struck out the side in the 5th inning. Fajardo has singled and scored, lined out. And a sacrifice fly for Fort Morgan's first run of that 4-run 4th. Deal looks in. And the pitch. Up and away. A ball and no strikes. And the offering's a fastball off the corner. 2-0 to Braden Fajardo. Rockies and Phillies are well underway in the second game of that series. Bounces it into Bartholome. It's 3-0. Well, the other thing, the Mustangs put up a huge number here. They could end the game in 6, but that's not easy. You got to send almost everybody to the plate. 3-0 pitch, and that is a strike on the inside corner at the knees. 3-1 to Braden Fajardo. Fort Morgan with a 5-run lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch. Swung on and weakly grounded to second. Mraz to his left. Sidearms to first in time. Fajardo is out number 1. Here's the star of the game, Frank Ortega. The pitcher of record. Won 5 strong innings. Has walked and doubled twice. We'll have his 2-run double up on YouTube a little bit later on today. Ortega scored 2 of the 7 runs as well. The pitch. Swung on and grounded off the pitcher. Now Deal backs up, fields, sidearms to first, and the ball is off of the first baseman, Nicholson, into foul territory. That'll be the first error of the game. They would have had Ortega there. I think that's on Nicholson. That ball looked like it was a good throw in the glove, and he dropped it. So E3. Yeah, that would have had Frank by maybe a half a step, if even that. So Jesse Campa will now hit. Campa singled twice and walked. He is yet to be retired. The stretch by Deal and the pitch. Swung on and fisted foul on the ground third base side. No balls and 1 strike. Deal's thrown 38 pitches in the game. Yeah, this kept his team right there. And the offering bounces in. What a block. Bartholome's played a really nice game today. 1 ball and 1 strike on Campa. And you never know which Mustang is going to deliver today. I mean, it's been all over the place. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out. 7-2, bottom of the 6th inning. Fort Morgan, the pitch. Over and low, 2-1. David Keller waits to hit next. Short lead at first for Ortega. 2 balls and 1 strike to Campa. The stretch. Throw back to first, and that one is dug out there by Nicholson. We'll do the 2-1 here momentarily. Fort Morgan's got quite a few extra base hits in the game. Well, they don't have any triples or homers, but they've got, I believe, three or four doubles. We know Ortega's got 2 of them. Farley, we know, has a double. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner goes. Swung on and grounded towards right field for a base hit on the hit and run. Ortega to third. Campa with a beautiful job of sticking the bat out. And runners at the corners here for David Keller. And the Mustangs are in business again in the bottom of the 6th inning as they generate their 12th hit of the game. And Campa's now 3 for 3. He couldn't have placed that ball any better if he did it with his hand. Keller with a walk, a fielder's choice driving in a run, and a strikeout. 0 for 2. And Deals had strikeout stuff in this game, as he's got 4 strikeouts. Keller from the 5-hole, the stretch, the pitch, swung on. That ball is lifted into shallow right field. Second baseman Mraz is out. It's going to make the catch. Not even on the edge of the grass, so hit it off the end of the bat. Runners stay put. 2 down. Try to reach out and send it the other way. They'll have to rely on Antonio Velasquez, who is 1 for 3, had a base hit his last time up. The Mustangs scored 3 of those 4 runs in the 4th inning with 2 down. Now they need another one with 2 outs. Ortega and Camp off the bases. The pitch. And that one bounces away third base side. Ortega races. The flip to the plate is late. Ortega scores. To second is Camp on the wild pitch. Fort Morgan leads 8-2. A rare wild pitch in this game, but it plates a run. Not as much pressure now on Velasquez as Fort Morgan has scored in each of the last 4 innings. In every inning they've scored but the second. To the plate. Swung on and chopped over the mound. The shortstop Bauman charges, fields, gloves, throws, out. Antonio Velasquez is retired to end the 6th inning. Fort Morgan with a run on a hit. 1 error and 1 left. 6 innings are in the books. It's Fort Morgan 8, Mountain View 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Bodie Wheatley will attempt to close this game out in the 7th inning with the Mustangs leading 8-2 over the Mountain View Mountain Lions. Looks like some players off the bench are warming up along the third base side of foul territory. It will be Jacob Mraz to lead off against Bodie Wheatley, who allowed a double and nothing more in the 6th inning. Fort Morgan has really spread out their scoring today. 1 run in the 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 6th innings and 4 in the 4th. Mountain View with a run in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Trying to hold this game for Frank Ortega in a game that is 2 hours old. The pitch. Outside corner for a strike. Mraz struck out swinging, popped to center and walked. 0 for 2 in the game. To the plate. Breaking ball is down and away. The count evens at 1-1 to Jacob Mraz. Velasquez lays down the sign and Wheatley steps out, or steps off, I should say. This is a big win for the Mustangs in 5th place going into this game of the Longs Peak. And Mountain View was tied for 1st with 2 other teams. The Offering swung on and fisted foul and out of play off to the left. If somehow you can sweep Mountain View, that's the thing. You got to make up for those 2 losses against Northridge. Those were killers. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wheatley comes home. Swing and a miss on a pitch tailing away. Wow, Bodie Wheatley, the freshman, picks up the strikeout. And that is his second. The Mustangs have 9 strikeouts as a team. Logan Nicholson walked, popped to left, and grounded to second. 0 for 2. 1 out in the 7th. And the pitch. Breaking ball is down and in. A ball and no strikes. The Morgan Community College postgame show is on the way. Whaley looks in. He's got the sign from Antonio. The kick and the pitch way outside on a breaking ball. 2-0. Only weakness for Frank today. Too many first pitch balls. He was behind a lot of hitters, but he wiggled his way out of trouble. 2-0 pitch. Strike. Fastball at the knees. 2-1, and Wheatley looks more like a sophomore, junior, the way he's pitching, with a little bit more experience than a freshman. Just commanding the plate like he did a week ago. The offering, that's up and away. 3 balls and 1 strike, 6 o'clock, straight up Mountain Time. This is KPRB, Brushfort, Morgan. Morgan County's B106. And the offering, swung on and fouled down the right side and well out of play. 3-2 to Logan Nicholson. The Bay Diggers defeated Resurrection Christian 8-0. That's a big win for them. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Braxton Shelton with a 4-hit shutout, striking out 7. Big win for the Beat Diggers today, and the Mustangs looking for one of theirs. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Nicholson. 1 out in the 7th. Fort Morgan leads Mountain View 8-2. The pitch. Swung on and chopped to short. Fajardo's got it. He sets. He throws. And there's 2 down. 2 down in the 7th. And that'll bring up Aaron Bauman. He's had a nice day. After his fielder's choice, he homered. And then got a base hit. He's got 2 of the 5 hits that Mountain View has. Wheatley has thrown 25 pitches. Wine and offering. Swung on, and that's popped foul and out of play. I'm sure Coach Langford is keeping tabs on Wheatley's pitch count. Doesn't want to get into the deep 30s. If he gets Bauman, he's all right. 0-1 with 2 down and the bases empty in the 7th. The pitch. Fastball is a strike on the outside corner. At the knees, it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Aaron Bauman. Here's the kick and the pitch. And that is just down and away. 1-2. Wheatley gets the sign. Wheatley pitches in the dirt. I think he threw him a curveball. It's 2-2. Trying to get Bauman off balance. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fort Morgan leads Mountain View 8-2. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a pitch tailing away. And Bodie Wheatley retires the side in order in the 7th. And the Mustangs defeat Mountain View by a score of 8-2. We'll take a short break. And we'll wrap up this very impressive victory right after this. Fort Morgan 8, Mountain View 2 on B106, B106.com, and that is all part of the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustang Post Game Show is brought to you by Morgan Community College, here to make your dreams become a reality. For both traditional and non-traditional students, check them out at morgancc.edu. 8 runs on 12 hits, no errors for Fort Morgan. They left 7 on base, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. 7 left on base for Mountain View. The winning pitcher was Frank Ortega. He went 5 innings, struck out 7, allowed a couple of runs. And the loss went to Logan Nicholson. Time of the game, 2 hours and 5 minutes. The Mustangs would get on the board in the bottom of the 2nd inning on Jesse Campa's RBI single, and then broke it open in the 4th inning as they did tally another run in the third when David Keller reached in a fielder's choice. But in that bottom of the fourth, after Aaron Bauman made it a 2-1 game with a leadoff homer, the Mustangs came through. Braden Fajardo with a sac fly. Then there were two down. Frank Ortega with a 2-run double. Jesse Campo with a run-scoring single made it 6-1. Aaron Bauman with an RBI single got one run back, making it 6-2 in the fifth inning. But then Fort Morgan scored the last two runs of the game as they got an RBI single from Joseph Layden in the bottom of the fifth inning. And then in the sixth would make it an 8-2 tally as Frank Ortega, who reached base on an error, would score on a wild pitch, and that was it. Fort Morgan wins the game today by an 8-2 score. And with a victory, that's a big, big win for the Mustangs in the Longs Peak League. They're now 6-4 in league play and 10-5 overall. Mountain View 7-4 in the league and 9-7 on the season. Next up for these teams, they will be hooking up on Friday, 4 o'clock in Loveland on Morgan County's B106. I'm John Beltran with a final score once again from Legion Field in Fort Morgan. Fort Morgan 8, Mountain View 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.